Hi everyone, I hope your year is off to a good start. The beginning of the year is always a good time to reassess our habits, and today I have 5 that I am personally committing to work on this year, all within the realm of real estate investing and personal finance. Habit number 1 is keeping up with tax-related changes. You know there will be changes here in the US, we just don't know exactly when and which ones. As an example, bonus depreciation, which has been allowing us to deduct a bigger chunk of a big capital investment upfront in that first year instead of taking a straight line depreciation over 10-15 years. That amount has been phasing out, slowly down to 40% for 2025. Would the new administration keep that same schedule of phasing out? Would they reverse it? Would they redo the whole thing? We just don't know yet at this point. While the tax tail shouldn't wag the dog, it's still a really important consideration. It can make certain investments or deductions be more advantageous now versus later. It can also affect how you want to save for retirement and your kids' education. In order to keep up with these changes throughout the year, you can either get information directly from the IRS, they do have some sort of a newsletter that you can sign up for, or any entrepreneurial/real estate investing focused CPA firm. And some of the personal finance platforms and websites, they also put out their own version of a free newsletter highlighting some of these changes and obviously how their company can help. I like to keep a few of these subscriptions just to get the headlines in my email. So far it's been pretty helpful, and I'll link a few below that I have tried. Habit number 2 is better accounting. I used to be really good at uploading receipts as they come and categorizing all my expenses each month. But I think as YouTube grew and life got busy, it's pulled my time and attention away from my short-term rental and long-term rental administrative work. Whether you are a current real estate investor or a complete beginner, it is so important to build a habit and find a system that works for you in keeping good records. I highly recommend checking out Baselane, who is very kindly sponsoring today's video. Baselane offers business banking services for real estate investors integrated with a really user-friendly bookkeeping system. You can sync all your data from all your other bank accounts so that you have all of your incomes and expenses in one place. From there, it's so easy to attach receipts, categorize your expenses, which, by the way, all the categories are real estate specific. You'll understand the pain if you've used any other general bookkeeping software before. Not only does this help you get a clearer picture of how your business is doing at any time, at the end of the year, all the categories can easily map into specific line items as it is listed on the Schedule E, which I found to be such a time saver. The best part is that there are no monthly fees. To sign up for free, use the link below in the description box. And thank you again, Baselane, for sponsoring today's video. Moving on to habit number 3, learning from others. It's important to consume a healthy diet, if you will, of personal finance content, real estate investing content, as well as other materials and ideas that can help you in your journey of personal growth. Always stay curious and approach everything with an open mind. How might this, no matter how far out their idea, be applied to my life? But also at the same time, allow yourself to be skeptical, no matter how famous or how well published or whatever the author or podcaster or whoever is delivering this content. Just from personal experience, I feel like social media algorithms can lead you down a weird rabbit hole where you get more and more niche on a specific topic as it continues to feed you more and more recommended content along those lines. So sometimes it's helpful to just pick up a book in real life, because that is something you intentionally chose, not what the algorithm fed you. This approach is more likely to give you a fresh perspective and overall make you a little bit more well-rounded. My personal goal is to read 5 business/real estate/finance/adjacent to personal growth type of books for the year. I know 5 is a very realistic goal. It's not as flashy as saying, I read 25 books for the year 2025. But guys, I've got a family, I've got other interests beyond money. If I come across anything useful, I'll bring it back and share it in a condensed Cliff Notes version. Habit number 4 is automating savings and investing. I'm guessing a lot of you already have this set up to some degree, and if so, kudos to you. I too have had it set up for most things. For retirement accounts, it just kind of funnels from my paycheck a lot of what comes in is kind of automatically allocated to the right places already. The one thing I somehow keep forgetting each year is the Roth IRA. And then in that first quarter of the year, as I'm prepping my taxes and remembering, oh yeah, I gotta do a little backdoor Roth situation, I always have to go find the $7,000 from somewhere, or whatever the contribution limit happens to be for that year. And pulling a lump sum right after a holiday season with all the expenses plus travel, because we tend to always travel in the winter, it's just not ideal and it gives me unnecessary stress. This year, I'm finally going to set it up properly where a specific dollar amount per paycheck is going directly to this other savings account not to be touched, with the intent of using that money to fund the Roth IRA at the end. Quick reminder, if your income is above a certain threshold, you cannot be directly contributing to the Roth IRA like per paycheck, per month, or whatever frequency. You gotta do it all in one bunch and do a backdoor Roth, which yeah, this limitation has kind of been my excuse for not having set up automatic contributions. But I'm gonna fix it this year, and I encourage you to take a look at how your finances are set up currently and see if there are more ways to automate, more ways to simplify everything so that the investing and saving and paying bills, that's just all done automatically and not wasting your brain space. Finally, habit number 5 is trimming expenses. I think within our little community, being mindful of what we're buying is already very obvious, but additionally, for things that we are currently spending on, especially things that are built as a subscription model, like annual fees on your personal or business credit cards, a monthly pest control service, if you signed up for any sort of HVAC maintenance plan where you are paying for the whole year for them to come out at specific times, weekly landscaping services, phone bills, internet bills, cleaning services. Sometimes a phone call just to ask about any promotions can help you reduce those expenses. Or you could call any other similar vendors who are competitors, see if they're offering a similar service for a significantly better deal. It may be worth switching to this other vendor outright, or at least bring this back to the current company that you're using and see if they can do any discounts. A couple recent examples, I called American Express to see if they have a retention offer for a credit card that I currently pay an annual fee on. And yeah, they did. It was fantastic. Another example from a few months ago, I noticed that my costs were going up with my email list newsletter provider, the one where I can offer free calculator or free checklist in exchange for an email that I absolutely do not spam. You guys know this. I just keep it in case I want to do an Ask Me Anything or get some ideas and feedback from you guys. I haven't really used it that much, which is why I did not want to be paying more and more and more based on having a growing email list. I took the time to understand the different options available on the market and obviously the time to migrate a whole email list and all the landing pages, but in the end it was worth it. It's going to save me hundreds or even thousands in the future. One more real estate specific example is that I used to use Avail, which was a lease signing and rent collection platform, and I paid $5 a month for that service. And then I realized Baselane can also do rent collection with no fees. So I switched over, and I know the $5 a month is not like a huge difference, but it was easy enough to do and can produce long-term savings, so why not? In terms of putting this habit into practice, I plan to pick one item per month and see if I can reduce the expense on that one category. I have to admit, it's not that fun to do this, so if you have an assistant, this is a fantastic task to outsource. But if not, hey, at least it's only one thing per month. Let me know in the comments what habits you are committing to as a real estate investor / personal finance enthusiast. I read all the comments and respond to as many as I can, and I honestly draw a lot of inspiration from you guys. Don't forget to check out Baselane and sort out your bookkeeping if you're behind, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!